Hello. I'm going to try to do this live stream as fast as I can, guys, because I'm not sure how long. Like, it was magical that the power came back very soon. And it's very unstable outside, the weather. So I'm going to do this very fast. Just so I don't leave pendants, so I can move on next Saturday if I do the live stream, so I can move on. Can you hear me well, guys? Also, you know that this mic is not reliable. It has also a limited time. Yeah, this one. But I have to use it. I have to use it. I already have it. So even though I don't like it, I have to use it. You're going to see me very miserable, guys, because I have been doing this diet and I'm getting used to it a bit. But the olive oil that I have to use for cooking or for dressing the salads, it's awful. I don't like it. I don't like it. It tastes so bitter. Oh, I don't like it. So it leaves a very bitter taste in my mouth. Maybe because I don't like olives in general. So, you know, I know there's people that like it. I don't like it. So for me, it's not tasty. It's not like, oh, wow, this is good. This is delicious. So, but I'm getting there, guys. I'm getting there. I have to drop the extra pounds. This is for health issues. This is for my well-being. So I have to get to it. I have to get to it. I cannot postpone it no more. I have to take care of myself. It's not about something superficial. It's more often, you know, have to take care of my organs. You know that. Then when we get sick, it's like, oh, I don't know what happened. And yeah, you have been having a lifestyle that is not good for you. At least not for me. I know that for normal people, you can eat what you want, always take care of yourself, but you can eat and you will be okay. But for me, since I have all these immune things, I have to take extra care. And yeah. Because if I'm not feeling okay, I cannot do the readings, I cannot go to work, I cannot function in life. So I need my body to be better. I need my body to be in shape, I would say. Hey, Hope. Okay, I will tell you who I have on my list. I have the actor Jehoon, that I'm going to write it here because I know my pronunciation is not the best, and probably that is not how it's pronounced. Wait, because I cannot find my keyboard. Oh. Then I have Chaunu, Espa Karina. I have B Susi. I have Ateez Mingi, 17 Seungkan, and The8. And I have the Chinese actor Shan, Linghe, I guess it's Linghe or Linghe, and NCT Jeno. It's a few, but yeah, I'm going to be reading for their red and green flags. So yeah, these were the people that were remaining last on, when I did the community post a few weeks ago when I started this series. These were the people that remained, that were left in the comments. So yeah, I gathered them all and I got these names. Because I didn't want to bother people asking again, okay, guys, what do you want again for this when they already had asked. So, yeah. Hey, Nui. Can you see the table okay? Because the other day, you guys couldn't see. I thought that you could see, but then I rewatched it and I was like, there's not much room. Did you say, Karina, wasn't she in the last one, if I remember correctly? Wait, probably. Oh, yes, you're right. Thank you, Nui. Thank you. Yeah, she was. Thank you. Yeah, this were great to have this book that it allows me to have it all written down here, the readings that I've been doing for the channel. This is half a year with you guys. This is like half a year of live streams with you. We still have this time to write. Then on Saturday, if there's more news or something going on, I'm going to pull cards for what's new or what's available. Okay. Hey, Danya. Today I'm going to be super fast, guys, but I'm afraid because I don't want, the lights to go out again and me being left here without doing the live stream. So I'm going to hurry a bit. Okay. I'm going to start with this actor, with Jehoon or Jehoon. He is an actor. I believe is he the actor of, I believe I saw him, wasn't he in Taxi Driver? He's a really familiar face. I know who he is. He's a cancer man, I know. But yeah, this is my first time reading for him. So yeah, let's see. First, I'm going to pull for his red flag. Then I'm going to pull for his green flag. Is the Taxi Driver? Yes. I have to resume that one because I want to watch it properly. I didn't finish it. He's 40? Oh, thank God, someone near my age. I cannot believe it. Everyone always is so young, comparing to my age. Okay, for him, his red flag. Oh, well, we have the temperance for his red flag. His green flag, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So green flag is that he's very patient. And an extra card for the subject of relationships, we have the Four of Swords that it says rest. So this could actually mean that he probably needs to rest between, him probably exposing his red flags and then going back to his green flag. I think that he needs a period of resting and just being by himself. Probably not resting very well gets him a bit moody. With the temperance as his red flag, I think that definitely it has to do with him just when we think about the temperance, we have this ability of we see this angel with the base, with the two ways, sort of finding the balance and pouring the waters and sort of like transmuting the energy, healing. But when we see it from like the dark side of the Empress, is probably the inability to give healing to a certain situation. For example, like I hurt you or I offended you or I said something, and I refuse to give you the closure that you need, or I refuse to make you feel at ease or make you feel better. It's like I sort of like restrict my ability to heal you, or I take it away on purpose. So there's a bit of, it could be emotional manipulation. Probably the temperance, it means that probably he has the ability to be this very healing person, but when he gets upset or when he gets on his red flag, he takes it away. And he's like, I'm not administrating the healing anymore. Like, you can be like this. Be like this. I'm not going to interfere and heal you. Like, I'm no longer Mr. Healer or Mr. Healing. Like, I'm taking it away from you. Or I'm sort of restricting it until I feel like it's enough. Eventually, he goes back because I sense that he's a guy that he's very thoughtful. Also, he's very hardworking. He's someone that he likes to advance in relationships. He likes to build connections. So probably for him to sort of withhold his ability to heal or repair a heartache or a discussion or a fallout, but he's like, I'm tired of always being the temperance in the relationship. I'm tired of he has that duality that, oh yeah, I'm such a healer that then I can go to the opposite sex and actually take it away from you, so you can see that without my healing properties or my ability to heal this, you cannot do without me, or you cannot do it the way I do it. Because the temperance, it's a very, it is someone that brings the happy resolution, is the healing that you're waiting for, or the happy resolution that you're waiting for, is the hope, is the positivity that you're waiting for after a very challenging moment. So when he gets so angry or when he gets really offended, probably he gets on like, I'm not going to heal this situation. Let's leave it like this. Let's see who heals it, because I won't do it. I will stop. So you can actually like see that without me, there's no restoration of the bond. That what I do needs to be more validated or needs to be more appreciated. Because when it's gone, you will miss it. So, yeah. But yeah, his green flag is that he is not a destroyer of relationship. This is his green flag. He's not also, even though he can get upset and he also has his bad days, or he has like he can be moody as well. He can have these mood swings. He's always someone that works in the relationship. Like for him, relationships have a purpose. He will not get into a connection if he doesn't know where he's investing in. So there's something about him being loyal, being, just very consistent and not giving up. Probably for him, it takes a while to actually build connections that matter to him. But once he's committed, he will stay with it. He's not someone that abandons the people that he loves. But I think that this, as his red flag, is someone that is like, you somehow take me for granted. You think that I will always be there to save you, that I will always be there to make things right, to sort of like compensate or to heal or to repair what has been broken. And he's like, I there's moments where actually I don't want to do it. Like, I will let you do it to see if you can manage it. This actually, for me, is more like someone that is learning to put boundaries to people, especially if he's someone very sensitive. He probably gives a lot to others, and from time to time, he's starting to realize, like, okay, only when I get upset and I get on my red flag and I get like on these, like, okay, I'm not giving you anymore. Like, that's it. Don't take no more from me. Only then people respect me, or only then people value me. Only when I get on my red flag. Otherwise, they always see me as the green flag. They always see me like someone that will stay no matter what. Oh yeah, because he's faithful. Oh yeah, because he's so hardworking. Oh yeah, because he's consistent. The guy that always shows up at the end. The one that puts the work. So sometimes he's like, I want you to see my red flag. I want you to see that I will not always be available. That sometimes I do get tired of so much giving. Yeah, and like I said, with the Four of Swords, with the keyword of rest. Yeah, probably he needs to rest, because also him having this red flag and this in the combination between the positive and the negative aspects of his person, in between or afterwards, he gets very exhausted mentally. He gets very like he just doesn't like to be like that, and he probably feels very, very tired, and he needs to take a break, or he needs to take a rest away from the drama, or away from his partner, or away from the person that made him angry. So he needs, from time to time, he can need distance. Is Taxi Driver on Netflix? Because I believe in Argentina I don't have it. Oh, thank you for being here, Hope. You too. Have a wonderful week. Okay, for Tauno. I wanted to wait to shuffle, but this jump out. Okay. Very fast. Like the Aries man that he is, very fast. Okay, for Chao Nu, his red and green flag. For him, we have the 10 of Wands as his red flag. It's very. Remember that usually the 10 of Wands is like this. It's a person like, taking a lot of weight on their shoulders. And in this scenario, the person has fallen because of all the heavy weight. Then for his green flag, we have the 8 of Pentacles. And, as an extra card, for him, we have the Hermit, seek truth. So, yeah, I think that honestly, his red flag is that, yeah, he carries with a lot on himself. He pressures himself a lot. Um, and probably in relationships, he gets into situations that demand a lot of him. Probably he doesn't know how to, delegate. He's like the type of person that he will take as much responsibility as he can get, or as much activities as he can get, and he can get hurt in the process. This could be getting hurt physically or emotionally, because of being overworked, or just like someone that is always carrying a lot on himself, and energetically this can also mean that he can get a bit annoyed, when he's in his red flag. Also the 10 of Wands is this very fiery, also the Wands is the element of fire. This is like someone that lives with under a lot of pressure. He puts a lot of pressure on himself, so probably he also has this need to explode, but he doesn't know how to. So then he takes a lot on himself. And eventually then he has these episodes, either where he hurts himself, or where he, he gets overwhelmed himself. He gets in a bad mood. He gets just very exhausted. He's someone that is so exhausted, but at the same time that is so harsh on himself, that I think that his red flag is that he doesn't know when to put the responsibilities and the stress and the, this whole chaotic energy that he has been carrying maybe for a lot of years, that he doesn't know how to separate, or he doesn't know how to separate himself from all the responsibilities. It's like he goes into probably relationships or interactions with this amount of weight on his shoulder. So probably his mood, or his just living with him, you actually start to see that actually he's very stressed, and he's someone that he cannot rest. He's someone that he cannot relax. He cannot, just have a moment of relaxation or happiness. No, he's always worried. And it seems like he's always like angry at himself because of how much weight he carries. So he can get a bit moody in connections. This is his red flag. That probably there's a part of him that he acknowledges that is because of everything that he has to do, or everything that he feels that society, the media and everyone expects of him. So he knows that this is what other people put on his back. It's not his responsibility, but at the same time, there's something about him carrying maybe these work-related loads or baggage. He carries them into his personal life. So he can get a bit like not so happy to live with. It's like for example, you expect him to be romantic, or you expect him to be like really relaxed with you, and actually he's all the opposite. He's nervous. He probably hasn't slept very well. He's hyper vigilant. He probably is like, like over overworked, I would say, like someone that is out of himself. That I think that he takes on a lot. He takes on a lot, and then those affects his relationships, because he doesn't want to give up. He probably is someone that he's very stubborn. He's like, okay, as long as I can breathe and move, I will do my part. I will do my work, or I will do what I have to do. But probably it's a very tough life. It's very tough being him. So maybe in intimacy, he can get so like so moody, like don't talk to me, don't there's certain things that triggers his sensibility, but it's because probably he's not resting. He's like this, like young children, like when a child cannot sleep, or when a child is like overstimulated by all the noises and the toys, and just wanting to be everywhere all the time connected, all the time watching what others are doing. It's like he comes from a industry that there's a lot of stimulation around him, music, sounds, lights, cameras. It's like everything is in excess. So he goes to his house, or to his safe place that is supposed to be his safe place. He goes carrying all of this energy with him. And then in relationships, he can get so like so sensitive. It's like, no, I'm tired. No, I don't know what is, because there's something about him, like not knowing exactly what gets him in this very sensitive mood. But it's because he's so saturated from everything. He's saturated. It's like he has to go back to himself. Like, drop the ones, drop the responsibilities, just stay focused on you. Don't lose yourself, because people will always demand things of him. If he lets them, or if he makes people believe that, oh, he's like this kind of Superman that he can do it all, they will take advantage of this, and they will never stop asking for more of him. And his green flag, again, we have like the guy that I just read for. He also got a Pentacles card, the Knight of Pentacles, that I said, someone hardworking, consistent. And in the case of Chaonu, it's the same. He's a very perfectionist guy. He's very focused on his career, on his talents, on what he can do, on what he can improve of himself, how he can reinvent himself. He studies a lot, he concentrates a lot. So definitely, I think that this is all related. Probably he carries all of this weight, because somehow when people ask him to, can you do a little bit more? Like, can you be a little bit more? Can you do this a little bit more? He takes the task. He works the extra hours, or he does extra. He gives more. So there's this feeling of people feeling like, oh yeah, he can give more. We can ask him. Yeah, he will work more. So there's something about, maybe his green flag is that he's a very devoted person. He's devoted to his craft. He's devoted to, he's a perfectionist, and people take advantage of his perfectionism. Also, we should take a look also at why he is so obsessed with being perfect. What is going on with this? Because as the green flag, definitely this shows his commitment to be better. He definitely reads criticisms. He is very fully aware of the things that maybe people are like, oh, he should be doing this a bit differently or better. He takes he takes it and he's like, I'm going to be better. I'm going to start working right now. And there's a bit of obsessiveness. So and that's where, he gets all, he piles all those things, and he loses himself because, as an advice, we have the card of the hermit that it says seek the truth or seek truth, that he has to go back to himself and sort of like review, maybe also in solitude, because I also feel him very lonely. I try to see this, because when I started this series, I was like, okay, we're going to be reading like the red and the green flags that they will have in relationships. But honestly, in the case of Chao Nu, now that I'm reading for him and I get this hermit, I get the sense that actually he's very lonely, and he will probably continue to be lonely. And with this, I don't think that he's lonely because he doesn't have anyone. No, he wants to be left alone. I think that probably also this 10 of Wands, this sort of like, I'm feeling a bit annoyed, I'm feeling a bit sensitive. I'm like, it's a sign. It's a sign that he needs this hermit mode, that he needs this alone time to sort of seek the truth behind all of these overwhelming feelings of doing a lot, or just wanting to change all of the things and wanting to do more and create more and change this and change the other. Like, what is going on with you and connections? Because before he enters a connection, he has to look inside himself. Because with these cards, I don't see him like with, something available to give to someone special. Because actually he has so much on his plate. He has so much on his shoulder that I don't think a partner would be like, oh yeah, I will help you with this. Like, no, this is, a lot of responsibility. And this is probably something that also, if he has people around him, even if he likes so much someone, he can actually have this moment where he unconsciously is pushing the person away from him, because he's like, I don't have the time for you right now. And all it has to do with the hermit. The hermit is like, take your time and explore yourself. Why are you in this situation? Why are you living your life like this? What are you chasing? What are you going after? Okay. I'm going to continue with B Susi. Oh, well, I'm going to have to. A lot of cards came up, but choose one. Choose one. Okay. For B Susi, her red flag is the 9 of Cups. Her green flag is the Ace of Pentacles. Or Pentacles. I don't know if you guys notice a pattern here, but I do. And then from the other deck, as an advice, we have Page of Wands, Exploration. So yeah, very, very powerful. I think that the 9 of Cups, as a red flag, it definitely shows someone that probably feels very satisfied. The 9 of Cups, it shows a bit of, when someone is used to somehow winning or being um, um, like being the winner, or being like, someone that is satisfied, is B Susi. Someone that had conquered a lot by themselves, or someone that had maybe earned recognition or praises, or had gained certain like dreams come true, certain aspirations of hers actually came true. So there's this feeling of satisfaction that maybe, from, if we see it as the red flag is that probably there's a bit of entitlement. There's something about like, oh yeah, I always get what I want, because I get what I want, like at the end. I always get what I want. This is and I think that when we think about this as a red flag, um I think that it has to do with maybe power of seduction, because if you see this woman, in the bright side, of the Nine of Cups, is someone that always gets the roses, someone that is always chosen, someone that is always like splendid. So when it's in reverse, there's this feeling of like, where are my roses? I always get roses. I don't settle for less. Like, I always get the best of the best. I always get the recognition. So maybe in a connection, her red flag is that maybe she's too confident in her power of seduction, or maybe she's like, if she's having an argument with her special someone, she's like, okay, if you don't want me, other people want me. So, this is my red flag. This is very Venusian of her, actually. And of course, I actually can see it because she's beautiful. She's so beautiful. Like, I would have this Nine of Cups myself if I was as beautiful as she is. This is not her being the Lulu. This is actually her just knowing what satisfaction, emotional satisfaction feels like. And her green flag is the Ace of Pentacles as well. That is success. She's someone that is meant for success. So even her positive trait is that she is a very successful partner. That she probably, if you have her as a partner, you have a partner that, whatever I don't know, business or decision when it comes to her career, or something that it has to do with her own growth. She's very prosperous. She's a very prosperous partner. She's a creator. Like, she always gets the opportunities. Everything shines bright for her. She's very successful. This is why I was like, there's no way. Like, definitely she feels this energy because she sort of like had been accumulating certain feedbacks, or she had been working a lot to, at the end of the day, this woman is very successful, and she's probably also someone that when she enters relationships, she also, her objective and her goal while being in a relationship is for this relationship to be a success. She puts everything of herself. She gives of herself for this relationship to be a success. If this happens or not, if the relationship ends or not, but she's very secure that she put everything of herself, the best of herself, she put it. And with the Ace of Pentacles, I would also see that she even puts money. Like, I don't know why I could sort of see her like, buying expensive gifts to her partners, or being like, do you need, financial help? Like, is there something that you want? Do you want me to help you financially with this? So this is why this is her green flag, because she's a successful partner. She's not someone that she needs a successful or wealthy partner next to her to be like, oh, now I'm rich. No, she is rich. She is prosperous. So that's her green flag also. Her as a partner is like you winning the lottery. And she probably is very lucky. Is very lucky. She's like this lucky charm for her partners. Yeah, and then with the kind of exploration, this page of wands, she is this. She's someone that definitely she enters connections to explore them. She explores what's available in love. She is a curious person. She has a lot of excitement of getting to know someone. She really does her best in relationship. Despite of this being long-lasting or not, she puts her best side in connections. And she's not afraid, with the exploration. I think that she also probably doesn't have a type. I don't know, maybe the fans will be like, no, she said that she has this type. But probably, she likes to change of types. Like, yeah, I once had this type, but now I want to date someone different. Because she's an explorer. She's curious. Like, she's like, okay, what can this relationship bring new into my life? She really gets energized when it comes to enter a new connection. She puts all her excitement in connections. For her, connections are an adventure. An adventure. She definitely enjoys them. She enjoys them a lot, and she gets very proactive in this. Oh, I put it back. Okay. So I love B Susi. I love her energy. The Libra inspired to be me. Same. I love her. She must be so fun. She must be so fun in relationships. Not just that she's a beauty, definitely, but she as I can see her laughing a lot, like just being this very outgoing, not this princess, like, oh no, like I don't want to go there because I don't want to get my dress dirty. No, she's like, yeah, let's go. Let's do this, okay. Okay. Let's continue with Ateez Mingi. His red flag, his green flag, and then an advice. Okay. For Mingi, we have his red flag, page of wands. His green flag, four of wands. We are in Leo season still, I can see it. And well, the advice is the king of swords, intellect. So look at the face of this page of wands. He has some anger issues. He has some anger issues. I think that his red flag is that, things have to go the way he wants to. Things have to go the way he wants to. He probably gets annoyed very easily, and he doesn't have patience. he doesn't have patience. He probably loses his patience a lot, because the page of wands is like, is someone that is like, okay, I'm impulsive, but I mean well. Like, yeah, I'm maybe I'm too impulsive, but I think that he has a very strong idea of what he wants to accomplish in a connection, or the place or the role that he wants in the connection. So when he doesn't get it, this could be dating or just him being a friend, or part of your family. He gets like, it's like when you don't treat him the way he wants to, he gets a bit on his nerves. He's like, he's a bit like prideful, I would say, but also a bit childish, because the page of wands gives me, very young energy, someone that gets frustrated, like in the in the first part of dating, probably someone that, I don't know, I think that he expects people, especially people that say that they love him, he expects people to act a certain way or to react a certain way to him. For example, he wants to be more appreciated, or he wants to be more like, I don't know, I give you an example. He could get a new haircut. And if you didn't notice the new haircut, and if you didn't compliment him when he wanted it, you to, if you just didn't notice it, he's going to get very upset, very upset, very upset. Of course, at the page of wands, it's not someone that we hold a grudge, because they tend to get upset and then they move on. It doesn't last that long. But it's like, I wanted to look beautiful for you, or I wanted to be original in this present that I gave you, and you didn't give me the validation that I expected. So there's this feeling of like, you didn't recognize me, you didn't give me what I wanted, so now I'm frustrated. And now I'm being childish. And I'm sort of like, acting all moody, and like, like frowning a lot, and just like, I will let you know that I'm not happy. So he is a bit childish. Yeah. I don't know how old Mingi is, but yeah. But yeah, his green flag, his green flag is so typical of these people, that when they get upset and then they move on fast, and it's like, oh yeah, let's go out, let's go have fun, let's go to this celebration, let's go to this party, let's go here and have fun. And you've been a bit confused, you've been like, but you seemed so upset initially. Like, you really had a very long face, like you really looked like you weren't happy with me. But then, yeah, he lets go of it. He lets go of it. Maybe he also realizes that sometimes he's not very, it doesn't make sense what he expects or why he gets offended. So then he probably, comes back with an invitation, or he's like, oh yeah, let's go here, let's go have fun, let's go meet friends, let's go to this place that you wanted to go. Or I will buy you flowers, I will celebrate you. Like, yeah, this is his green flag, is that he is, he wants his partner to have the best experience, I would say. He wants his partner to have fun while they are with him. Probably there's something about him probably wanting his partner to always being happy when they are with him, sort of you feeling like you are at a party all the time with him. But he also recognizes that probably he spoils the mood a bit. So probably he does these grand gestures because he knows he messed up. He knows he messed up. So in order to make it great again, he's like, let's go do something fun. Like, let's go have fun. Please forgive me. Something like this. But yeah, I feel like he also feels the need to entertain his partner. He probably doesn't want his partner to get bored of him, um, or just to leave him. So he's like, how can I compensate this? How can I do this? Oh, he's 25. Yeah, he sounds younger. Yeah, he seems younger. Very young. He seems very young. Very young. Um, and you know, here with the king of swords intellect, you know, this is also you know, a sort of an advice for Mingi of the future is like, become more like the king of swords. Use your intellect a bit more. Think things through before acting, or before reacting, I would say. I think that in relationships, there's something that he needs to learn, is that he has to think things through. He doesn't have to jump to conclusions right away or being this impulsive person. But of course, he's very young, so it makes sense. But you know, the energy that is available for him is for him. He is a very smart person. But yeah, probably with the years, he will learn a bit much more about his intellect or how his mind works. Also learning him, observing a bit more, observing connections, observing himself, you know. I can sort of see also Mingi like studying, like getting into a career, like choosing a career and studying and becoming more intellectual. And this is going to sort of allow him to get out of this very young um, perception that he has of life. You know, like this is going, the intellect is going to help him to see things from another perspective. He's very like, you know, when he gets upset or when he gets on his feelings, he's like, no, 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 this is like this and like this, and this is like this. There's no other way. But probably, you know, there's a lot of wisdom awaiting for him. He probably has the potential of becoming this king of swords. My forehead looks huge, guys. Sorry. It's not a nice view, sorry. But I just had to tie my hair like this because today the humidity, the wind, everything is not working today. Okay, I'm going to continue with 17 Seungkan. His red flag. His green flag. And an advice. Okay, for 17 Seungkan. His red flag, I wouldn't expect less of him. His red flag, Knight of Swords. This is a very fitting card for a moon in Virgo. This is his red flag, the Knight of Swords. His red flag, and not his red flag, his green flag, the Six of Swords. And an advice, we have Queen of Wands, determination. Queen of Wands, determination. Probably this Queen of Wands is what he needs in a partner. He needs a queen, he needs a fire sign. He needs someone that is so determined to sort of like calm him down a bit mentally, because the swords that he gets here, yeah, for him, it's, I think that we all had seen him, probably, you know, because there's a lot of variety shows, there's a lot of you know, content of someone, just being very outspoken, being very expressive, being very eloquent. He's very intelligent. But yeah, again, here as his red flag, the Knight of Swords, definitely his red flag is that his words cut. That probably he's, even though, like, nobody's safe with someone's intellect. Like, you can be the love of his life, he still is going to judge you if you if you mess up. Like, you are not going to get away from his critical thinking. He's going to say something to you. He's going to point out at that thing that you're not doing correctly. He's going to do this. This is the way he operates. Also, the Knight of Swords, there's this feeling of him being very, like, impulsive. He probably cannot stop either his mind or his process of thinking or his tongue, like his mouth. He cannot stop his mouth. He's going to say it out loud. He probably will get people offended from time to time, or people will get a bit like, oh wow, like I thought we were friends. Why would you say that to me? I think that he's also, he's very reactionary. The Knight of Swords doesn't measure what they say. They have this perception, they have this idea, they have this opinion, and they are going to state their opinion whenever they want to, wherever they want to, and it's going to come out. It's going to come out, and very fast. So probably there's something about him not watching the way he expresses himself, especially probably in a relationship. Probably he initially, the partner can think like, oh, this is cute, he has been observing me, because he definitely knows a lot about my flaws, and he has a lot of advices or opinions to give me, so I'm sure he's interested because he's paying attention. But actually, someone is so intellectual, or is so connected with his ability and his power of observation, that it's just something that he does. He does it actively all the time. He cannot stop it. It's not something that he does with a purpose. It's part of who he is. But yeah, it's a red flag, because probably in a connection, he's not going to be that soft, or he's not going to tell you like, oh, this loving, or maybe he's not going to omit certain things to not hurt your feelings. He's going to tell you. He's going to tell you like it is. So if you are a sensitive person, you will not be able to stand a connection with him. But yeah, the green flag as the Six of Swords, also this scene about moving on. So the good thing is that just like he's able to, to be a bit like outspoken and, sometimes a bit harsh when he says things, that what he says is his truth. Like, the guy is not making anything up. He just expresses how he sees it. This is the good thing about him, is that he doesn't sugarcoat things. But the other thing is that he also is, the green flag is that he also knows that, there could be some uncomfortable situations after certain conversations that he has. So he's like, okay, I want to have this conversation with you to talk about what this that I said, and I want to talk and express that this is what I meant. I'm sorry if you got offended. Can we please move on? Like, can we please move on? Like, I'm here, let's talk. Let's use communication as a bridge, as an opportunity to unite, as an opportunity to repair certain differences if there's differences. So for him, his green flag is that he's open to communication. Just like sometimes he can get a bit like, too harsh with words, or he can just like say certain things, that you're like, wow, like, why did you say that? Um, he also has the power of observation, and he's like, okay, in order for us to advance in this connection, I believe is it would be great if we could have a different conversation and we could clear the waters so we can advance together, because where we are going, we need to go clear. There shouldn't be you holding things, like, you holding grudges against him. You've been like, oh no, because I said that I forgive you, but nevertheless I still remember. So if you are someone that holds grudges, you're not going to work for him. You're not going to work in this dynamic with him, because he's going to ask you, if he notices that there's some differences, he's going to ask you to talk about it and to clarify certain things. And if he has to apologize, he will. But sincerity is the key. Communication is the key here. Transparency is the key. Because he doesn't have a mean intention. It's just that it seems like this is his persona. He's very nervous. It's like his mind cannot stop. He just, like, words come out the way they come out. But he wants to fix it. He wants to advance with a partner that knows that, he knows that there's certain things that you need to fix in order to advance in a connection. And you have to be truthful. You have to be honest. When he asks you, like, okay, like, did I offended you? Was this too much for you? Like, you have to be honest. Like, you have to be like, yeah, or, because if you try to act mysterious and no, like nothing happened, it's not going to work out. This is why we have here the Queen of Wands, that it says determination. Determination is this is why we have the I here. It's someone that also is very determined to tell you things like the way they see it. It's also transparency. It's also a partner that can get offended, but also has determination and a strong will to talk about, have confrontations, verbal confrontations, and just tell you things like they see it. And someone that has a lot of character. I think that this type of person would be very good for someone that doesn't hide or doesn't, like, pretend like, oh yeah, everything is okay. Like, no, like, I'm not bothered what you say. No, it has to be someone very honest, very straightforward as well. Because honesty has to be the key. Honesty has to be the key. He's a man that he's open to communication. I'm going to continue with 17 The8. His red flag. His green flag. And advice. Okay. For 17 The8. His green flag. His red flag, sorry. His red flag. Ten of Pentacles. I don't know if you can see, like, the duality. In here is the Ten of Pentacles in the light. You see how the couple is opening the gates to legacy, and in here we have the Ten of Pentacles, with the door closed, and the couple is in the darkness. His green flag, he got the Five of Cups. And he got the Page of Swords as an advice, curiosity. So this all gives me very cold vibes, and I think that this is not the first time that I read for The8, and he's a very interesting person. Definitely, he's not the typical idol, I would say. At least as his energy feels very straightforward. Like I think that when I see this Ten of Pentacles, it's very clear that there's something about him probably having an issue with legacy or getting married or having like the typical fairy tale or like because at this age I have to get married and I have to have this amount of children, I have to have this amount of money, and I have to, I don't know, marry a certain type of person. And it's like because marriage is a stability, or marriage is or a commitment is, or a partnership is a symbol of success. For him, I can sort of see him like being like, I don't think like that. I can sort of see him being like, I can have all that by myself. I actually don't need a partner to have all that. And if I had a partner, I don't know if I would share them with them. I don't know. There's something just very like, I don't know. I could sort of see him being like entering the room with a sort of sword and being like, yeah, no, if we are both getting married and we are both rich, like she can have her part or they can have their part and I will have mine. Probably like, signing a prenup even. There's something about him like, I don't believe in those commitments that people nowadays are so eager to have. Like probably his view of relationships are very different. I would say he's very individualistic. At least at this point in his life, his red flag is like, everything that I have is mine. Is mine. So if you are some kind of gold digger, I think that he has people that are gold diggers around him. And he knows. He can sort of smell them. And so this is why we have the Ten of Pentacles, because he's like, I wouldn't share my finances with someone like this. And I don't even want to talk about my finances. I don't want to tell people how much money I have or how much money I'm earning, or I don't want to tell people if I'm successful or not, because why you care? What do you want to know? If you're interested in me as a person, as a man, you shouldn't ask me about money. So there's something just very like like I oh my, a first date with him would be so fun. Would be so fun. But yeah, his green flag definitely with the Five of Cups. I think that it has to do with that probably this man, he knows what loss is like. He probably lost in the past. He lost something that was very meaningful to him. Or probably he lost someone. He lost someone that he considered, I don't know, maybe the love of his life, or I don't know, someone that was very special for him. So this coming out as the green flag, it sort of shows you that he is not indifferent to pain. Even though we start with the Ten of Pentacles and there's this feeling of like, oh, because you had earned money and you had earned wealth and you have a stability or you have this level of success. And he's like, yeah, but I'm still a simple person that knows about pain and loss. So I'm just a person. I know what it's like to love and to lose. I know what it's like. So there's something about him being very real in connections, being very real. And probably this also has to do with him being real with the people that he meets, and probably being like, I'm not interested in commitment because, I'm not healed yet. I'm still mourning something. This is why I act like this. because I still cannot see myself sharing a future with someone because I'm still recovering from something. And I don't know if I will recover. So there's this deepness, but also this sadness. But he owning this. He doesn't hide this from he doesn't sell the fairy tale or, oh, I'm your charming prince to the person that he meets. No. He's like, this is me. This is who I am. I can be a bit depressive from time to time. Yeah, and the kind of page of source curiosity. Yeah, he in connections. I think that he's someone that, yeah, he's curious about people. He's curious about people, and also his perception of love is not the typical. It's not what people would call normal. You know, he doesn't have like, oh, at this age, I'm going to meet the one and I'm going to get married. And then at this age, I'm going to go and do this. He's like, no. The page of source is very mercurial, also it's very detached. It's like, I want to go out of the world. I want to learn things. I want to observe things. I want to learn more about life and people. And if I'm interested in someone, yeah, I will stay with them until I satiate this curiosity about them. But yeah, then I will move on. I don't see him that like he doesn't romanticize his persona. He's very straightforward. I'm going to continue with this Chinese actor. His name is Shan Linghe. Let's see if I can write it down here. Why does his name sound German? Or am I wrong? Okay. Is red flag. Green flag. And advice. Okay. Okay, yeah, his red flag is he got the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. His red flag, Nine of Cups. And an advice, Nine of Wands, Nine of Lighting, that the keyword is resilience. So he's a very powerful person. I can see it, like a lot of nines. So there's something about his positive aspect is that probably this man is a winner, or at least this is what he intends. His energy feels very like, I'm going to continue working, you know, very determined, just someone that he always wants to achieve the best of the best, and he puts the effort for it. He's someone that probably his life he hasn't had it easy, so he knows about, like, you know, having to put the work. He knows it. He knows about it. But yeah, with the Queen of Cups as the red flag, I would say the other day I got the Queen of Cups. I don't remember for who, but for me, this like the archetype of the mother. This very overbearing mother, someone that gives you a lot of love and protection, someone that is very emotionally attached to you, someone that is like, I will take care of you. I want to make sure that you're okay, that your emotions are validated, you can trust me. I have a lot of love for you, like I'm here, I'm available, but at the same time, there's a bit of also a bit of pride, like you have to do what I say because I am so generous with you, I'm always worrying about you, so you better like you better like pay your respects, like you better like do what I say, like do not betray me, do what I say. So probably there's something about him manipulating a bit with the love that he gives. It's like he gives a lot of love or he gives a lot of protection to the person that he loves or that he's in a relationship with. He smothers them with love. He's like the type of person that is like, don't worry, whatever you need, I'm here to satisfy you. He's romantic, he's sensitive, but at the same time, he's also someone that probably is dependent, dependent on what you're doing, and would want you to sort of like give him updates about where are you, what are you doing, when are you coming back, like sort of like an overprotective kind of mother archetype, someone that is like, oh, I do this because I love you. But yeah, it could be someone that could be a bit overbearing, someone that transpasses your boundaries or your limits, someone that is like, oh, but I do this because I love you, because I have so much love for you, and I worry about you. I worry, what if something happens to you? So this could also be him probably, I don't know if he has like some mommy issues or he has like some abandonment issues, that probably he has some like wounds about the mother figure. So this is why he becomes this overprotective mother or emotional force that he tends to be like the mother of their partner, like, okay, let me protect you, let me give you what you need, I know what is good for you, I know what you need. But behind all of this, there's also a lot of need for control. So this is why it's a red flag. It's not like negative, but it's, in excess, it can be a bit suffocating for the partner. Yeah, and the green flag, we have the Nine of Cups. So definitely, I think that he is someone that also, with his love, even though with the Queen of Wands, there's this sense of him being a bit like intense, or maybe demanding as a partner. There's something about him also, probably being very good at relationships. The Nine of Cups, he probably is someone that he's very generous as a partner. He is a giver, or he is, I think that he tries his best to be the perfect partner. There's something about him with the Nine of Cups being like, I want to be your wish come true. Like, I want to be as cheesy, as romantic, as, the perfect gentleman. He definitely wants to give this to his special someone. Probably he had done it in the past. So there's something about him knowing that this behavior that he has, this very emotional behavior that he has actually done very well, with past partners. So he's very proud of his emotional intelligence. He's very proud of how sensitive and how much of a giver he is in connection. So there's something about him knowing that, yeah, he can go a bit to the extremes, maybe get a bit, a bit bossy, a bit like, but at the same time, he also, as this green flag, is that he has all these cups available. He has his cups full. He's someone that he probably is very emotionally intelligent. He has a lot of love to give. So there's something about him being like, I'm not ashamed of being an emotional partner or just wanting to provide for my special someone the sentiments, the emotions, the sensitivity that they need, that they crave. I'm here to give it to them. But yeah, also with the Nine of Wands, resilience. This is why I was asking if maybe he has some mommy issues, or he has some, past, disappointments, or maybe a trauma in his past, that this is where, the resilience comes from, because he knows that relationships are complex, that people are complex, that relationships can be challenging as well. And he's like, I will not give up for my connection. I will always be resilient. I will always try to be this this devoted partner. He's very emotional, and he is like, I know what it's like to not have all these things, to feel alone, or to not feel reciprocated. So this is why I get very intense when I care about someone, because I know what it's like to go, or live a life where you don't feel that kind of love and that kind of warmth. This is why he's so intense into giving this, to their partner, to his partner. He's a romantic, I would say. I'm going to continue with the last one, and then I'm going to go. Here is starting to get cold, so yeah, and I don't know about the electricity, if we will have it for so long, so just in case, I'm going to charge my electronic devices. Okay, the last one, NCT Genome, his red flag, his green flag, and an advice. Okay. Yeah, his red flag, we have the Ace of Cups. His green flag, we have the Page of Wands. And an advice, we have the Nine of Pentacles, abundance. So yeah, I think that, yeah, this is, I don't know why I think about about Jeno and him being a Taurus and him holding on very tight to the cup. So there's something about him probably also being very stubborn. His red flag is that probably he's very possessive when it comes to the person that he likes. And he also can have this. I remember I got this card for someone else, and I mentioned about this card also being this person that is like, okay, when I'm having an argument with you, I sort of take away my cup. I take away my emotional ability, all my feelings, all my emotions, everything that I feel for you, I take it away. I remove it from you because I feel like you hurt me, like you disappointed me or you hurt me. So somehow I feel like you don't deserve my cup, so I take it from you. I take it away from you. So this is like his red flag. Probably he gets offended or he's a bit inflexible in this sense. He's also very young, so it sort of makes sense. This could also be like the cup of love, but also it could be like, I take away my attention to you. It's like, okay, for him, maybe it's not like, oh, the love, oh, my source of love, but probably it's my interest. When I get upset, I ignore you. So I take away my attention, I take away my disponibility, my availability to pay attention to you or to be there for you. It's like, I get offended and I take it from you. It's like, okay, you don't deserve my love, you don't deserve my presence. I gotta go. I will be silent and you will not hear from me for a while. Then I will come back. But I think that this is his red flag, that probably he reacts quickly, and it's like he doesn't want to hear, no excuses, no reasons. When he gets upset, it's like, no, I don't like this, I don't trust you, I take away all of this that I had been giving you. So yeah, this is his red flag. And probably he's very inflexible. So when he gets upset, it's very hard to actually get him um to it's like, okay, like, be more flexible, or just like, let's work this out. When he gets upset, just let him be. Don't force it, don't try to impose your will to him, because he will not listen. But yeah, his green flag, we have the Page of Wands. So yeah, his green flag is that he is a young man. He is a young man. He's young. And probably he will remain in this very passionate energy for a very long time. So there's something also about him. Probably, yeah, when he gets in his red flag, or when he gets very when he is like shuts down and he's like, okay, I'm not talking to you anymore, or I'm taking away my love from you, then he can come back. Then he can come back as the Page of Wands, just being his playful self, just being his boyish self. There's something about him just being very masculine, but also very, very spontaneous. It's like, oh yeah, everything is fine. This wasn't a big deal. Here I am again. Like, let's start over. The Page of Wands is like, let's start over this new adventure. Like, let's forget about the past. Let's forget about what happened. Just like, let's reunite. Let's reunite. And he's just very he has this very light energy. Um this is his green flag, that he's always willing to start over, and he's always excited to start over. And probably he loves a bit of reconciliation. He probably also loves a bit of drama. He loves, it's like, okay, at first I acted like I didn't want it, like, but if you let him, cool off, if you let him just like resolve it on his way, leave him alone, he will come back again, like this very curious warrior, impulsive. It's like he cannot help himself. Even if he says that he's not going to come back, and he's like, we are done, we're never talking, blah blah blah, he's going to come back. He's going to come back, because there's something about his energy, just like feeling very impulsive. It's like he cannot help but to show up. This is not about what he can say to you. It's more about like, when children, they fight over a toy, or they have an argument, and they're like, okay, I'm done talking to you, I will not talk to you again, I don't want to play with you anymore. And then they retreat, they go home, and they're like, I will never go and play with them again. But then, the next day they go back to play again. So this is his green flag, I would say. This also is very young energy. It's a very young, sort of naive in energy. He's like, yeah, I know what I said the other day, but today is a new day, and I'm here. So let's start over. As long as I have the energy to come back, I'm going to come back. Even if we said some hurtful things to each other, I'm going to come back. He's dead spontaneous. He cannot help it. His body language speaks for himself. He probably doesn't know how to say the words. He doesn't know how to apologize, or he doesn't know how to say please, but he's going to show up. He's going to show up. He's going to be there, standing there, and you'll be like, okay, what are you doing here? You said you didn't want to see me anymore, but he's there. He's coming back. So yeah, don't believe the things that he says when he's angry, because he doesn't mean them. He moves on fast. He forgets them. He forgets what he says when he's angry. The Nine of Pentacles, abundance. So yeah, he's a very generous partner. I think that whoever ends up being his partner at some point in his life, they're going to attract a lot of abundance. They're going to live a very successful life, because I believe that also he has the power of having a very luxurious life, just living very well, living comfortably. So there's something about his love life, or maybe his connections with others. It all has to do with this sense of abundance. The person for him has to be this person that also is abundant in their own career or in their own business. Both of them have to be equally influential, even though they can be in different fields. But there has to be a sense of abundance. If there's a feeling of like, oh no, there's something lacking, like we feel like we are not enough together, I think that that's not for him. His love life or his connections are going to start blossoming and just growing and expanding when he feels abundant in the connection, when he feels like, okay, I'm getting more offers to work, and you are getting more offers to work or to grow in your own job. And it's like, let's be abundant together. He has to have an abundant partner, definitely. Not someone that is limited, not someone that is like, oh no, I don't know if I will be able. No, someone that is limited in their beliefs. No. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. I'm so happy that my mic is still alive, is still very much alive. Maybe because I didn't reach the 2 hours yet, but yeah, this mic is not trustworthy. It always leaves me in the middle of the talking. So yeah, guys, I'm going to go, and yeah, I will see you on Saturday. Yeah, and we will see what's available. I'm probably going to create a post to see what you guys want to talk about. So yeah, thank you for being here and being with me in this in this day that I was like, okay, I'm going to postpone the live stream. Then I created another one again. Yeah, because the power ran out here, so I was a bit worried. But yeah, I have electricity again for now. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. Have a lovely week, and I'll see you on Saturday. Bye.